As you sow, so shall ye reap. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a self-employed success secret that I learned in church a few years ago that I found to be very interesting, intriguing, and I hope that you find this secret interesting as well. So let's just get right to it. We don't like small talk around here. So this is the secret, okay? Now listen up. The secret is this: you reap what you sow more than you sow, later than you sow, okay? Now what exactly does this phrase mean? You reap what you sow more than you sow, later than you sow. But first things first, as they like to say. First, what does it mean to sow, okay? Sow just means to scatter seed on the ground. It's a farming term, okay? I'm throwing seed in. A lot of us don't understand that all day long that we're sowing, okay? I made a video months ago about how when you combine your thoughts, words, and actions, that's how your dreams come true. All those things are forms of sowing, okay? When you think something, you're sowing. It's just sowing is a point of origination. You're throwing seed on the ground. When you say something, that's a seed. When you do something, that's a seed, okay? All day long, thoughts, words, and actions. That's what everybody's doing all day long, okay? Now I want you to think to yourself, okay, am I sowing good things or bad things? Am I saying good things? Am I thinking good things? Am I doing good things, okay? Because that's going to lead to a harvest, which is what reaping means. You're going to get a return on your sowing, okay? This is why it's important to be really aware of what we're doing. Perfect example. When I graduated from college, I had no idea all the good that was going to come from having that degree. The opportunities, the people I would meet, just from doing that thing. And I'm sure you all have had instances like that in your life where like you did one thing and so many things came from it. I never know the good that would come from being self-employed, just jumping into that river, or the good that came from moving to Seattle and doing something, bold and intrepid. This is the power of really sowing and reaping, okay? But back to the original secret, you reap what you sow more than you sow, later than you sow. Basically, anything that we put out there is going to come back to us about 3 to 5 times, all right? Like good or bad. If someone commits a crime, let's say they like shoplift, the crime ends up being way more than what the punishment should be. You take a candy bar from a store and you end up spending a year in locked up, all right? Or you just think that somebody, I'm just going to be at lunch and speak to a friend, and then you have someone who ends up becoming your best friend in life just because you thought to yourself, you sowed a seed of, okay, I want to see what comes from this, from just hanging out with this person. This is it's an important secret. Now, why does it matter if you're self-employed? Because like I said, you're sowing seeds all day long. You can say to yourself, you know what, man, you're tired, it's a Thursday, there was some networking event you signed up for, and think to yourself, man, I'm not going to go. I don't feel it. And then you're like, you know what, man, I need to just be disciplined. You'll just go. You end up going, you meet someone who helps you, transform what you're doing 10 times. It's crazy how that happened. Or you do sales calls and you're just talking to someone, you have no idea that this person's going to give you so much money in the future. You have no idea. I've seen these things happen. I've had these things happen. And it's kind of cool. And the thing is, you don't know when it's going to happen. So just always remember to sow good things as much as you possibly can, because you're going to reap, all right? Even if you don't see it immediately, a lot of times we think, the reaping is immediate. It's not. A lot of times it's delayed. One big reason a lot of us do bad things, or a lot of people do bad things, because the return on them doing bad things is delayed. That says it in the Bible. All right, but if we want good things to happen, we got to continue to do good and understand that it's going to be a sense of delayed gratification a lot of the time. So you're not going to see the good immediately, but if you keep sowing, if you keep plowing, you will see the good in your life, all right? But this is a secret that I've learned and try to think about often, because it's just knowing that, hey, my actions and efforts matter. And I'll tell you something, another secret. Intensity trumps extensity, okay? It's good to focus on just one thing instead of doing a whole bunch of things on a very limited scale. It's good to jump into the Pacific Ocean on something instead of jumping into a pool on something, okay? Go deep instead of long. It's better, I think, in my opinion. But lastly, I want to remind you, this is today's self-employed success secret. You reap what you sow, more than you sow, later than you sow, okay? Life keeps a perfect set of books. Whatever you give out, you're going to get back. Books means ledgers, accounts, accounting records that bookkeepers use. I do bookkeeping. For every action, for every debit, there's a reaction, okay? There's a credit, all right? For thinking in accounting terms. I just want you to remind you that, remember, you reap what you sow, more than you sow, later than you sow, all right? Now think to yourself on this Saturday as you have time to think, what are you sowing? And what's growing from that sowing, okay? Think about it. As you sow, so shall you reap, all right? Thank you so much. And lastly, as always, unsuccessful people that make decisions based on their current circumstances. Successful people make decisions based on where you want to be, okay? You want to sow, if you want to grow something, you got to sow something, all right? If you want to grow something, you got to sow something. Okay, bye.